You wait for silence, I wait for word. Lie next to your frame, girl, unobserved. You change your position and you're changing me, casting these shadows where they shouldn't be. We're interrupted by the heat of the sun, trying to breathe into what's already begun. You're just a body, I can smell your skin, and when I feel it, you're wearing thin. But I've got a plan. Why don't you be the artist and make me out of clay? Why don't you be the writer and decide the words I'd say? 'Cause I'd rather pretend I'd still be there at the end. Only it's too hard to ask. Won't you try to help me? I sat on your sofa, these old broken springs. This isn't the place for these violent strings. I try out a smile and I aim it at you. You must have missed it, you always do. But I've got a plan. Why don't you be the artist and make me out of clay? Why don't you be the writer and decide the words I'd say? 'Cause I'd rather pretend I'd still be there at the end. Only it's too hard to ask. Won't you try to help me? You wait, I wait, casting shadows interrupted. You wait, I wait, casting shadows interrupted. You wait, I wait, casting shadows. Why don't you be the artist and make me out of clay? Why don't you be the writer and decide the words I'd say? 'Cause I'd rather pretend I'd still be there at the end. Only it's too hard to ask. Won't you try to help me? Why don't you be the artist and make me out of clay? Why don't you be the writer and decide the words I'd say? 'Cause I'd rather pretend I'd still be there at the end. Only it's too hard to ask. Won't you try to help